This is a 3D printed battery holder. In materials, it only costs about $1 to print. I was also able to print all this other cool stuff for filmmaking and organization. Originally, I picked up a 3D printer to make prototypes for Cinepacks for our lens filters, but I didn't want to just use the 3D printer for things like that. I wanted to see if I could practically use this thing to get my money out of it. So with this printer, I created a goal for myself to create useful items to help me with filmmaking and organize this messy office. This is my office, and there's actually a lot of random pieces that I've 3D printed that have helped me just stay a little bit more organized. Because as filmmakers, you probably know how much equipment there is, cables, pieces, batteries, for all different types of systems. So staying organized is important because if you mix those up and lose them, it's going to cost you more money in the long run. So here's some random things that I 3D printed around my office. The first thing that I actually printed were for these right here, these IKEA pegboards. I believe it's called the Skadis. I'm not exactly sure how to say that.
Scodis.
I did have some of the metal organizers, but I needed more. So I was able to 3D print a ton of cool things for those. There's a ton of custom mounts. I printed this sick battery holder. It has every battery type, which is really solid. Printed a lot of custom holders and hooks. Even this hand that's pretty creepy. I'm using the Bambu Lab P1S. I started out with a crappy Ender 3 Pro, and that's just a lot of manual labor, a lot of tinkering. It is a good printer, but if you get one of these, it's pretty much just plug in and play. Pretty much the average person can get it working. Print quality, the speed, everything about this is amazing. I'm gonna link their printers down below. I definitely would recommend a Bambu Lab. This is not a tutorial on how to 3D print. I just wanna show you some useful things that I printed. One of the biggest concerns when getting a 3D printer is, am I gonna have to design all these files myself? The answer is no. There's actually thousands of free files to download online and to use. As long as you're not reselling them, they have the license listed on them below, so you can know if you can resell them and what the use cases are. From toys to specific camera accessories, you can download it and print it right at home. Some of my favorite places to get files are Printables and Thingiverse. There's a ton of great files there, and I'm actually going to link all the files that I use in this video down below as well. So this is my charging area. I charge everything on this pegboard. It's removable. I might make another video on this another time, but this is my IKEA workbench. And I have so much gear just like between my 4 different DSLR cameras I use and all my vintage camcorders. There's just so many batteries and everything that I need to organize. But my drawers were just a mess. So there's actually a solution for that, and it's called Gridfinity. Basically, you can 3D print all of these little containers and they just snap in perfectly, and you could fill your entire drawer with them. The cool thing is you can make custom containers to fit your gear perfectly. And I made these ones here for all my lenses. I actually made those super easily. There's actually like a web app where you can type in how many circles you want. It's really customizable. And it was really user-friendly. Like, I just measured my lenses, how big I wanted the hole to be, and I played with some settings, and boom, my file was done and ready to be printed. The way the system works is you have to print these grids. You lay these grids out on the bottom of your drawer, then you start printing the boxes. Since my toolbox is metal, I ended up super gluing some magnets on the bottom of these so it helps them stay in place and nothing wiggles around. From there, you just keep printing and filling up your drawers. It's nice when everything in your drawer has a place where it goes. There's a whole Reddit community for this, and some people go all out on their builds. It works really good with toolboxes. I had so many filters that were just so disorganized. Now it actually looks really good. This has probably been one of my most useful builds, but it did take a while to print. So what film gear have I printed? The first thing I showed you was the battery holders, and there are actually pretty much battery holders for any battery you can think of. This alone is really useful. It's nice to just have your batteries not bouncing around your camera bag, and you can just toss them all in there and take them on the go. Next up is this SD card holder. There are a ton of different types of these. There's SD card displays, SD card cases, all online, but I ended up just printing this one, and I don't even use the sleeve that it came with, but I like this one. It just holds 4 SD cards, and I actually use this for my podcast. So when I finish an episode, I'll take the card out of each camera. I mentioned I don't design in the beginning, but actually I did design this one, and I didn't fully design it. I actually got this back cap off of Thingiverse, right? And then I was actually able to customize it. Bamboo Lab software makes it really easy. And I actually put this 12 on it in red. And it actually looks like, honestly, something that you would like buy from Amazon. And then the inside, it still says Sony E-mount, which is really nice. But this could be really cool, especially if you have all these in a Pelican and you did it for all your lenses. You could quickly know what information, you could really put whatever you want, right? You can really get customized. You could use your own custom colors. If there's a color that you really like a color filament, you could get that and then use it for all your gear, right? So with this Bamboo printer, it actually comes with an AMS right here. And what that does is it allows you to print multiple colors. So I was able to switch from black to red to print that back cap. It looks really smooth. I actually printed a bunch of bathroom signs for the Cinepack Studios. So if you've been to our studio in North Hollywood, some of those signs were 3D printed. They look really nice, and again, they were cheap to make. You can't forget the power play mount designed by Gunner. This is really nice if you want to get a tapeless build for your camcorder. It's a free mount for the power play because it doesn't come with one. It's a hot shoe, so that's really nice to have if you plan on filming on a camcorder. I've seen people print some crazy stuff on YouTube when researching for this video. Like, people have printed camera cages, camera cage handles, all sorts of crazy stuff. Personally, me, I would rather have a metal camera cage and spend the time doing all that. I want something that's fairly easy to print, that I don't have to, tinker with and design. I just want something that I could throw into my printer and get printing. Let me know what you guys think about 3D printed camera parts. Personally, I think 3D printers are a lot of fun. And if you just put your mind to it, you can really come up with some ideas of useful things that you could print. I've saved a lot of money using a 3D printer, and I don't have to order a bunch of like cheap $20 things off Amazon consistently. I feel like always, if you need something small like that, like a little adapter or something, you have to buy it on Amazon, and then that's at least $10 to $15 to $20, and that just adds up over the years. So I feel like if you can print those at home, print them for a couple cents, you can save a lot of money and reduce waste. If you guys can give this video a like, that would really help out the channel. Make sure to check out the recent videos I've dropped. I made some pretty cool ones recently, so check those out. Let me know down below what you guys would 3D print, if you had a 3D printer, or if you have one, what's the most useful thing that you've printed. I'm Tyler Casey with Cinepacks. I hope you guys have a nice day. 3D print some stuff. I'll catch you guys next time.